Sit on and spin.
Oh, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her real good. I'll talk to her real good. I'm not scared.
Bye, melted candle. See ya.
A melted candle.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and welcome in if you're new here. I've seen an influx of new girlies here, and I just want to say thank y'all so much for subscribing and supporting my channel. It really does mean the world to me. So today we're going to talk about Amberlynn's latest Q&A, another Twinkie update, and just how Amberlynn chose to spend the evening of Twinkie's recovery. So grab a drink and a snack, y'all, get comfy, and let's get right into it. So Amberlynn did what Amberlynn does best. She opened up Instagram and started answering questions no one asked in another Q&A. Most of the questions were pretty run-of-the-mill, but I'll still post them all here for y'all to read at your leisure. I'm going to be focusing on the questions and answers that stood out to me the most. Beginning with a question asking about what job she's looking into. Amber replies that for privacy reasons, and so that there's no interference, she won't be talking about it. The real reason? There are no jobs she's looking into, because she's going to remonetize in 90 days, y'all. One of the questions for Amberlynn was if she believed she had a bit of unconscious bias. And I just want to know how many of y'all think she had to Google the term or ask ChatGPT what the heck unconscious bias is. She claims in another question that her whole life is outside of social media and has been for a while. I call total BS on this one. Amber, going to bingo one night a week doesn't count as having a life, girl. You stay on Snapchat like you live there. You're constantly doing these stupid Q&As on Instagram. You're more active on social media now than you were when you were actually being paid to be around. The price is still apparently $500 for Amber to step on the scale. She said this before she was booted off of YouTube as well. Way to appeal to the feeders, Amber. The worst part is, I bet someone's stupid enough to send her the money. When asked if Amber is keeping anything secret, she replies, "It feels like everything." I don't think she's lying here for once. She can't ever tell the truth about anything, so yeah, I can see how everything's a secret for her. It must be exhausting trying to keep up with so many different stories. Amber goes on to call FFG the biggest scammer in Girl World. And while it may be true, I think that's rich coming from another huge scammer within the Girl World niche. Someone, probably Amber herself, decides to do a little shelf padding, letting Amberlynn know her growth and change haven't gone unnoticed, even if unacknowledged. So I'm going to acknowledge it here and now. Amberlynn has absolutely changed and grown. In circumference, she goes on to tell us she hasn't ordered takeout in weeks and that she's cooking everything she eats. I wonder if ordering food at Bingo counts? We'll talk about Bingo Gate shortly. She finally addresses Twinkie and her surgery. When asked about the tumor, Amber alleges it wasn't a fatty tumor at all. According to her, after changing vets a few times, which sounds an awful lot like the same doctor shopping she's been known to do herself, she finally found a vet willing to remove what is now being alleged as a massive cyst. I guess it just so happens that Amber's gut decided to let her know something wasn't right, conveniently right, as she was demonetized. She goes on to explain the alleged timeline of Twinkie's procedure. Not sure why she didn't just say that to begin with, but transparency has never been Amber's forte, be it to add mystery for clicks and views, or just because she's that stupid. She claims she didn't know people have been suspicious about Twinkie's surgery, and I call total BS on that. We all know Amberlynn scrapes the depths of the internet for anything and everything having to do with her. She does finally show us a photo of Twinkie wearing a cone. You can see a little shaved patch, but in true Amberlynn fashion, she refuses to show us any more than this due to privacy. I swear, y'all, she couldn't be straightforward if her life depended on it. And still, no sign of wasabi. Pictures aren't hard, Amberlynn. And speaking of pictures, let's talk about how Amberlynn decided to spend the very evening Twinkie came home from the vet after alleged surgery. She went to Bingo, y'all. Yep. Amberlynn left Twinkie, who was recovering from allegedly just having surgery, and went to Bingo. She loves and cares about her fur babies so much, though. Can't you tell? This honestly checks out, though. If you recall the time she chose to go to Walmart and Chili's rather than take Twinkie to the emergency vet when she was trembling in pain. You can check that out in my Who's Next video, which I'll link down below. This really brings me full circle back to one of Amber's Q&A questions, the one claiming she's grown and changed. I'll say it again, the only thing that's changed about Amberlynn Reed is her circumference. Now, not that I want to give credit where it's due, but the shaved spot does indicate that something happened. A vet may actually have done something. But the lack of specifics, the pathetic privacy excuse, the almost immediate post-surgery bingo night, and her history of adjusting timelines to fit her narrative makes anything that comes out of Big Cherry's mouth just straight up hard to believe. In the end, I feel like the Instagram Q&A, the vague photo of Twinkie, and now the photos of bingo night have raised more questions than answers. And according to Amberlynn's last Instagram post, she will no longer be doing Q&As, and she makes another long dramatic goodbye. As of editing this, she's already been back on the gram, however, promoting her cameo, so we all see how long that goodbye lasted. So to sum it all up, Amberlynn finally addressed Twinkie's vet situation. Sort of. We got a cone photo, a little bit of shaved fur, and a whole lot of pity me energy. She refuses to show the stitches for privacy reasons, which is the stupidest excuse she could have thought of. And as for after the surgery? Welp, nothing says my dog just had surgery like leaving her alone in a rank apartment and heading out to Bingo. One thing's for sure, Twinkie deserves better, as do her other pets of past and present. Amberlynn thinks her math is mathing, and it is, but not in the way she's intending. You're not fooling us, girl. Alrighty, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are we surprised Amber went to Bingo right after Twinkie's alleged surgery? Personally, I'm not surprised at all. Should there be any more updates on Twinkie or anything interesting from Big Al herself, I'll let you girlies know. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and all those things that make the melted candle feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, please stay safe, peace and love.